All right, so the next thing we want to talk about is the support and praise of the medical professionals, which I feel like is way more powerful than all that other junk that's going on.
Right.
So, spiderweb. Sorry. I was like, go that!
That's old Timmy. Timmy here to play. All right.
So, in lieu of the struggles that the medical professionals are going through, working long hours, the lack of PPE because the federal government has created a bidding war between states to gain access to PPE. It's not about how the federal government is failing the professionals. It's about how they are appreciated. And the government is failing them. I mean, they're on the front lines. It's like you spend a lot of money on the military to protect our freedoms. These people are protecting our health, and you should put just as much. All right, very existence, and you should put just as much effort to make sure that they get all the proper materials that they need as you would if you're sending off somebody off to fight a war, because they are fighting a war.
Yeah.
In Atlanta, they cheer the nurses and doctors as they conduct shift changes. In Europe, they sing to their medical professionals. Medical professionals have taken social media to vent, cry, and plead, and even demand that we listen to them in regards to the COVID-19 pandemic, and we should. They are visible on the front lines. They're on the front lines of this visibly invisible war, fighting an enemy that some of us refuse to acknowledge. I mean, and that's really it. Like, a lot of us are not, and a lot of circles have claimed that this virus is a hoax. And that's not just on one side of the aisle or the other. I've seen a lot in these blogs, in the shade room, in the comments and stuff. I've seen a lot of people that, that don't look at the people that are protesting like, call this virus a hoax and saying it's not real and people aren't really dying and they're making up a lot of the things that are going on. And I'm just like, y'all, I mean, if you're a medical professional and you're in these hospitals every day, they can tell you, absolutely, this is very real.
Right.
And it's not an easy virus to get over. Right. Even if you survive, you're still going to have issues with your breathing.
Even after the fact. Because of the damage that's done. Yeah.
So,
I've heard about one guy had to get his limb amputated because of COVID-19 complications. As a matter of fact, it was a dancer from Broadway. Had to get his leg amputated because of the COVID-19. So
I mean, if you have any underlying health issues, then this virus is going to exacerbate them.
Right.
So please, if just for the fact that you need to have respect for the people that are fighting this disease, just stay home.
Right.
Just if nothing else, but out of respect to them and what they're trying to do, and the work that they've put in to fight this virus.
And I'm gonna put this. I'll put my take on it. Like, this is to basically actually give praise to the doctors and the nurses that I know personally. That are out here going out every day, exposing themselves to potentially get this. And they have children, they have families, and it's terrifying for this situation to be so close to home in regards to knowing these individuals. And one of my biggest fears right now is to see a report or hear from someone about one of our nurse friends or doctors that are sick or potentially die from this COVID-19. Like I said, this is about praising them. Praising them for their hard work and their diligence. And, one thing I want to make note of on social media, it was mentioned that they vent and cry. Like, I've never seen medical professionals this active. This active on social media, just voicing, voicing their opinions, not even facts, really, about what this thing is doing.
There's so much misinformation that's out there.
Right, and they have taken it upon themselves to go on and validate the information or correct whatever information has come out. You know, when you got a silly president telling us I'm injecting Lysol and Clorox into your veins and telling, you know, it's you have to nowadays. You know, like apparently some of us are kindergartners where we have to put a disclaimer out. You know, don't eat glue. Okay, well, don't put Clorox in your veins or don't drink it. It's a lot of jokes about it going around. But at the end of the day, man, it's this is a very, very serious situation.
It is. And like, I lost my train of thought when you said glue.
Sorry. I mean, it's the truth, man. Like, it's crazy stuff that I try my best to bring a lightness to it because sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying.
I mean, I've seen a video of there's this one doctor that came home from the hospital and his little baby ran up to hug him and he had to stop him.
No, and just burst out in tears.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't, show his child affectionate,
I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Affection, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's really heartbreaking, but there's silver linings to every cloud, and the environment, without our interference, has been improving.
Right.
So pollution and greenhouse emissions have fallen across the globe. 70,000 sea turtles.
Hold on. Pollution and greenhouse emissions. You know why? Because people are keeping their behinds at home and not driving these raggedy behind cars around, polluting the ozone layer and polluting the earth. Okay, Michael Jackson would be proud right now, and because you know what? It's crazy.
And the factories aren't running. So
factories aren't running. Like what? How this should show you how much damage we're doing. Go ahead with the.
I mean, it's true. It's like the pollution. If nothing else, this should prove what all these scientists are saying, that we're putting too much toxins in the air.
Right,
we're putting too much toxins in the ocean, right. And we interfere in habitats far too much.
Right. And
our interference has created a lot of problems that are going to create problems for not just us but future generations.
Right.
It's like, all the evidence is just right here. What's happened since we've been made to stay home.
Right.
The earth is improving.
It's like it's healing. It's actually healing from the damage that we've caused.
Yeah, but I'm sure as soon as everything gets back to normal, all of that will have been erased and we'll be right back at square one.
Unless some grand thing comes back. But we did talk about things not necessarily going back to normal, but we had in due time we'll see what the new norm will be.
Yeah, because I don't think things will be the same as they were before this.
It's going to be definitely some changes going on, especially the way people act. Because people, just because they give us the green light and the all clear, that don't mean. I mean, look at Atlanta. You still have people staying home. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got those out there.
I'm gonna stay home as much as I can, even when they give us a green light.
Same here.
Because people are nasty.
Right, and this is proof of how nasty people are. You were saying the sea turtles and whatnot.
Yeah, the sea turtles.
Yeah.
Sea turtles.
This is an interesting fact.
Okay, y'all saw Pirates of the Caribbean. Anyway,
I can't with you.
70,000 sea turtles nested on an Indian beach.
Yep, 70,000. Like since the beaches have been empty, opened up,
Yeah, and they're on the brink of extinction, and this might bring their numbers right back up.
Yeah.
So that's amazing, and beautiful. Other countries like Brazil and even the U.S. have experienced spikes in sea turtle nesting. So, again, just a beautiful thing that's happening. An example,
right?
Yeah.
This one I like here. This is crime rates are down.
Well,
right?
In some places. Birmingham, it's not.
Well,
it's actually increased a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, because we crazy over here. But this is what it got me. An example of crime rates going down, Miami. Miami has been 7 weeks homicide free, and that hasn't happened since the 1950s.
Because nobody can go to South Beach and commit crimes.
Right. It's crazy. Miami's a big deal. Miami's mentioned a lot in everything, from music to film to books to just television shows, whatever. It's always Miami. And Miami has so much violence in it too, But the fact that, it's 7 weeks, and people are like, okay, 7 weeks. But for them, since 1950, that's to put things in perspective, that they haven't been homicide free since the 1950s.
Why? What y'all doing in Miami?
You know what they're doing. You know what they're doing.
Why y'all killing everybody?
I would like to quit playing.
What? For what reason? What purpose? Is that serving?
Well, hold on. What you do? Shh, don't do that. You know what they do down there. Good player.
I've been to Miami. I went with I went with my family. This is pre-kid now. My sister and I, one night we walked out on the beach by ourselves, and it was, yeah, we went back and told my mom everything that happened right after that. So, yeah, they're very aggressive in Miami, to say the least. So,
yeah, Miami's weird. It's beautiful. It's not where I would live, but definitely a place that I would visit. It's not a place that I would live.
No, that's definitely not a place to live.
Yeah.
It's a place to visit.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
The beaches are beautiful.
Right.
The food is good. Cuban food. Oh my God, I had my first authentic Cuban sandwich, and it was. So yeah, we make a lot of jokes about being stuck in houses with wives and husbands and kids, but the reality is, this is a good time for families and marriages to build and grow and their relationships with each other. Reestablishing disciplinary standards with our children.
I can't. Oh, Lord.
I would just say, like,
that's a hearty laugh.
With me and my kid, that's been like rough. I think I'm realizing how spoiled he is now, and so it's the monster that our family has created. He's a good kid, don't get me wrong. He's a very sweet child.
He is.
But he's an only child, and there's some things that come with
the
that.
curse of the only child curse.
Yeah. So.
I.e. translation, spoiled as heck.
And he's one of very few boys in our family, so that's the other thing. But yeah, sure. You're stuck with them, but isn't that the point? To be stuck with the person you're vowed to love and protect. To be stuck with the ones you're vowed to raise and protect. And in our opinion, is the opportunity of a lifetime. Now, yeah, so I've spent most of my time with my mom and my son, and it can be frustrating. We all get frustrated at some point in the day. But at the end of the day, it's been really interesting and cool to be able to spend that time together.
Right.
Because like I said in the last show, we're usually all out and busy and doing things, and maybe the only time we get to spend together is like on the weekends and at night. On the weekends at night. Right. Because during the week we're constantly on the go. So yeah, it's been fun. Yeah.
Now with me, my mom, matter of fact, like just last night, me, my mom, my dad, my sister, my best friend Ashley, we were like all on the phone, just talking and interacting and just reflecting on the week. And my sister came up with this crazy idea of a game where she sends a picture and you have to, it's like 30 films in the picture you have to guess, and we're just ticking away at that. So it was things like that, like building, reestablishing the relationship, interacting. Me and my mom has kind of been like on each other's hip because I always go to the store with her. She's always coming back and forth here to check on my grandfather and us or whatever. So it's me and my mom have a lot of interaction. Just sitting down, talking, watching movies like we used to when I was growing up. So it's some good things. Me and my grandfather, since doing his video ministry, me and him, we've been like hanging out more and talking and interacting. So it's pretty cool to, do things that you wouldn't normally do because you're so busy doing other things.
Yeah, even with my extended family, we started a group chat and then a text message chat, and we've all been talking to each other because we're all at home, and all of us are either working from home or our jobs have stopped for the moment. And so we've just been at home texting each other, which is something that we never do. Right. Because we're all so busy and we're all so doing things. And we did the little Zoom chat on Easter, and that was cute.
That was cool.
So yeah, it's just time to like reconnect with your family. Right. Focus on the positive things that could come out of all this.
Any issues with your marriage that you guys have had, like take the time to really figure it out, you know, and then have to be serious all the time. Have fun, you know. If you do the things you did that that you started off with, you know, you shouldn't. And I always thought that was weird how we have a tendency to stray away from things that initially we would do with somebody, you know. But I think this here forces people to be in situations that keeps them from running away, because a lot of times we as individuals, whether we realize it or not, we use our jobs, our
to avoid problems,
to run. So you ain't nowhere to run now because nothing's open. Nothing's open,
and you can only go to Walmart so many times.
And with everything going around, I don't think you want to go, and you can drive so much unless you want to waste your gas. So
I mean, gas is so cheap right now, so you probably could drive around.
Right. Was it $150?
Yeah, it's like $146 this morning when I got gas. So
that's crazy.
It hasn't been that low since I was a kid, teenager.
Crazy.
So.
That's another thing. Gas prices, ridiculous, right?
No.
All right. Moving on. The next portion is personal growth and development. So one of the things that we want to talk about in this section is the number of things that artists, musicians, artists, filmmakers, et cetera, are doing to kind of keep people's spirits up. Very, very similar to what we're doing. We're on a smaller scale right now, where we're hoping to build our brand and big on a bigger scale. But a gentleman that has a very similar show to ours is called, his name is John Krasinski. Once again, mispronunciation over here. Thank you, though, seriously. But John
Jim
K.
from The Office.
Jim from The Office, John K. He has a internet show called SGN, or Some Good News. It is a really cool show. He does this little comedy twist to it. He's a funny dude, so he brings this little comedy twist to it, and it's awesome. Like everything he focuses on is good.
Yep.
It's all positive, and I love it. I think it's awesome. I think it's great, and you can't help but smile after watching it. And if you haven't, go follow his page and Some Good News. He actually have a Some Good News page on Instagram as well. So you check that out and definitely get you some good news.
I mean, there was one episode that he did where this little girl was like, I'm such a big fan of Hamilton. And so Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton, got on and talked to her for a little bit, and then he started playing the first couple of notes of the opening song for that show, which is titled Alexander Hamilton. And she was like, oh my god, I love that song. And then all of a sudden the whole cast came on the screen and started singing it. I got emotional because I was like, oh my god,
she's a Hamilton, like,
I love Hamilton.
Groupie.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've listened to the soundtrack multiple times.
It's good,
and
though.
I know every song on soundtrack. So whenever I actually do go see it, I'm going to be singing right along to everything. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, they just need to do the whole show. Just do the whole thing.
You know what? Because Broadway's out, don't be surprised if that happens. Because you know what? I mean, why not? They're getting ideas and obviously seeing what can work and what won't work. And I'm pretty sure after a few kinks in rehearsal, knocking kinks out, doing rehearsals and doing test runs, and you never know what could happen, and you might get your wish.
Oh my God, please.
Speaking of collaborations, right? Something that was just breathtaking. Kurt Franklin's "I Smile" collaboration. Man, I'm talking about you, bruh. Like, Kurt, you know what, my guy? You're all right with me. You all over the place sometimes, but
What?
We talking about the same Kurt Franklin. Y'all quit playing with me. Y'all know Kurt Franklin. Anyway, he was right on time with this one. He's a bad boy when it comes to collaborations and making great music. And this is awesome, but he was dialed in on this one.
When I saw Kelly Price, I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. This is a lot of great
because she can blow.
Oh yeah.
So there's been a lot of Instagram live performances. Questlove does a little DJ show
every night,
every single night since we've been locked down.
And it's crazy. I mean, man, if you really want some good, Questlove is.
He's Questlove,
bruh.
So
ridiculous.
SZA and Lizzo did a little collab, and those are two of my faves. So
it's like a little instrumental thing. It was like Earth, like Mother Earth meets her child or something. Like Lizzo was playing the piccolo or something. Is it what it is? The little mini. she was doing her thing, and then SZA with these little bowl things, and then she goes to a lot of little humming stuff. Look, I know I'm being silly right now, but that's how it went.
Okay,
That's how it
moving
went.
on. Let's just move on. Her has done a couple of collaborations.
Yeah.
I saw her sing with Halle and Chloe, and if you don't know who they are, they're pretty much Beyonce's proteges.
Yeah.
They started out as YouTube sensations, and then she took them under her wing, and they skyrocketed after that. They have roles on the show Grownish with was Yara Shahidi. And they're super, super, super adorable girls. And one of them, I think Halle is going to be Ariel in the live action.
Oh, that's okay.
Little Mermaid.
Cool.
A lot of people were mad with that, but y'all can stay mad because the girl is cute and she can sing. So, okay. But anyway, they sung one of Babyface's songs and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Their highs, they're like sopranos, and then her she's like a alto kind of baritone voice, and they mixed really well. It was really pretty.
Nice.
And she's done a lot of other collaborations too, where she's played guitars with other women that play guitars. So if you don't listen to her, go listen to her. A lot of y'all know her because of the collab she did with and that child's name is escaping me right now. But the best part, if you've heard that song, she's the one that sings the female. Daniel Caesar. Yeah. So that's...
She came to UAB not too long ago, too.
Yeah,
maybe
a year or two ago. Yeah, she came to UAB. I wanted to go, but I had to work.
I had to work, too, unfortunately.
But anyway, Lil Jon and T-Pain.
You mentioned that earlier.
We talked about that earlier. Neo and Johnson Austin. So I think there's going to be a lot more verses. We know French Montana and Kendrick Lamar will not be doing, because Kendrick Lamar has not said anything.
Why?
Which means he's not giving this any energy,
right.
And he shouldn't.
Now, if the right person calls him out, I think
it should be J. Cole, because that's the only other person right now in this league of this pool of current rappers that could go toe to toe with him. In my opinion,
lyrically, at least, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely lyrically.
All right, and so like I said, it's like was saying. Actually, a lot of great musicians, a lot of great music is going to be coming out. A lot of different verses and things like that. And we're not going to worry about French Montana and Kendrick. Definitely Kendrick and J. Cole is something that we would love to see. We are really. I appreciate the artists being creative and putting in work and supplying a distraction in these crazy times. However, lastly, this is a time to work on or toward your dreams. Okay. There's no reason why all those that I've talked to, and this is for people that I know and don't, those I don't know as well. If you have an aspiration to write a book, write a song, write a film, start a business or whatever, this is the time to do it. The whole purpose of this section is to just make the notation and annotation of this. We have time. We have time, and we should be using this time to build our families, build and work toward our dreams, and just push forward, man, because there's no reason not to. You know what I mean?
Not only that, and, of course, take this time to try to do some things that you've always wanted to do.
Absolutely.
But also work on your mental health. Because I know some people said, you should come out of this with a business plan and a plan for business and a plan to grow your career. But some people...
they need help in other areas.
They need help in other ways. And they're not able to do all these type of things.
Right.
And then some people are trying to balance, I could say for myself, trying to balance working from home and then taking care of family members and then making sure their kids get all their assignments done, and all that. And it's hard to try to do everything.
Right.
Even within this, because, in just our normal lives, we're trying to do this balancing act where we're trying to do all of these things, and something will always fall to the wayside.
Of course.
And a lot of times that ends up being our mental health and well-being.
Right.
So also take this time and do some self-care.
Right.
Definitely. Deep condition your hair, do a facial, meditate, pray, exercise, read the Bible or whatever religion you are, read your religious text.
Husbands, give your wives a massage. Wives, give your husbands massages.
That too, take care of yourself and take care of each other. Use this time to really take care of yourself.
For sure. I like that. Definitely. Because that is an important thing too. More than we care to really do. Because like you say, we're too busy moving around. Mm-hmm, so definitely.
And this is a time to just stop and
breathe. Definitely.
Take a breath.
Really do. Because this is a gift beyond gifts. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Last but not least, Leslie Jordan.
Oh my God. I love him so much. He's so precious.
Yeah.
So the first one I know we've all seen because it went super viral is where he's laying in the bed and it's March and he's asking when April is going to get here. And then I think his mom yells up the stairs and he's like, Mama!
I'm talking to my friends. Leave me alone. Well, hell, what you doing? This is awful.
He is a national treasure. Yeah, I've loved him ever since Will and Grace.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
So
Leslie Jordan, man, thank you.
Oh my God,
thank you, man.
So hilarious.
You are a funny dude.
He is just the cutest, most precious little thing.
He was on CNN not too long ago.
And
Anderson Cooper. He was on Anderson Cooper.
Yeah,
and they invited him back. So
and he's and I think he's declared himself America's gunkle or gay uncle. So
yeah, that's all right.
And I accept it because I don't have a gay uncle, so.
No, I don't have
not
that I know of. I don't have any gay uncles. I don't think.
I know I don't. But
I don't think so. Let's go to the next thing. I don't think so. Somebody gonna look at this and gonna be like, dang, we ain't got nobody gay.
So see, after all of the seriousness and craziness we talked about, we're gonna leave you with positivity and a little laughter. So let's segue into Get Lifted. And so, sir, our resident minister, take it away.
No you didn't. Don't you do that. Anyway, Get Lifted. How you doing, guys? It's your boy. Nice shade. I almost said lilac. All right, all jokes aside, man. Roy T. Bennett is a spiritual and self-help author, and this is his quote. It says, "Nobody's exempt from the trials of life, but everyone can find something positive in everything, even in the worst of times." People, we are in crazy times, as you already know, and it is time for us to find that silver lining as we discussed. All right. I found this quote to be inspirational and complement the theme of the show. Even in the bad and the ugly, there is good. There's an opportunity to be good and an opportunity to be better. In a time that we are surrounded by ignorance, negligence, and chaos, there's a line in Invictus poem, and it says that we are the masters of our fate and the captains of our soul. I truly believe we've been given an innate gift. We've been given the gift of time. Okay? Time to build or time to waste. As I've said before, this is the perfect time to initiate your dreams, or as Lilac said, to give self-care to yourself in regards to your mental health, your spiritual health, in any and every way, whether it be on your own as an individual, or be with your significant others, or even with your children. Whatever that may be, do it. Do it for yourself. Do it to set example for your spouse. Do it to set an example for your kids. Use this gift of time to accomplish something. Let's find and embrace the silver lining in these crazy times, and if anything else, let's just move forward. And as always, at Lack and Shade, we love you, we appreciate you, and we are just very grateful for your support. Let's go to work.
Also, our website is up now. Go to lackandshadeproductions.com. We have a blog. It's called The Purple Prism.
Check
and
it
it's
out.
a more condensed, calmer version of Nightshade and myself. So check that out. It's really cool. You'll see a little surprise on the front page when you go there. It's us in emoji form.
Right.
So, like, share, subscribe.